Thank you for your infinite love, guidance, and protection, Spirit. Please use me as a conduit of light to deliver this message to whoever needs to hear it. And that whoever needs to hear this message be drawn to it like a magnet, Spirit. Own your past. You can't rewrite the past, but you can change how it shapes you. Embrace your choices and let them become your wisdom. Your faith, hidden tendencies, large institutions, or overwhelming events. I have a feeling that a lot of you are feeling overwhelmed right now. And I understand there's a lot going on in the collective. So if you're a sensitive person, that's not uncommon to feel that collective energy right now. A lot of people are going through complete breakdowns, dark nights of the soul. En masse, we're going through a complete breakdown and dark night of the soul. But what Spirit wants you to know is you have to protect your energy. You have to see where you're being drained, even on a mental and emotional level, by maybe things that are happening in your environment or on the external, or even on the news. If you get caught up listening to news or watching news, and then you get an emotional attachment to maybe a news story, even like what happened with Charlie Kirk, no matter how you feel, it's easy to get attached to stories and then it impacts you or drains you emotionally, right? It's not that there isn't something to stand for. There is, but you have to understand what your role is in here, right? And everyone does play their own role. And sometimes we have to relinquish control mentally and emotionally in certain areas where we might be draining our energy just by putting our focus on certain things. But what Spirit wants you to know is that you have a lot of prosperity coming in. Just because you see and witness a different timeline that might be of a lower frequency, don't allow that to bring you into a negative energy yourself when you're actually have done a lot of the healing and a lot of the expansion of your own consciousness in order to bring in something that is of a higher frequency because you've embodied that higher frequency. But I do understand when you're a sensitive soul, how it's easy to get caught up in what negativity might be happening in the external. You also might be receiving good advice from a wise person. Maybe you're the wise person that's giving good advice. Just remember, protect your energy. Always be conscious of how you're showing up in any given environment, in any conversation, in whatever way it may be. If you have to be that person that there's a little uncomfortable silence because you're just observing for a minute and choosing how you want to respond, be that person. Allow others to be uncomfortable with that. Because most of the time when we are more of an observer, we have to get uncomfortable with other people being uncomfortable with that. Because if you notice, and I tend to fall into this category, being very hyper vigilant based off of my childhood, where I was always trying to fill in the silence with whatever type of conversation or making people feel at ease in order to just like make sure the environment is peaceful. But sometimes we need to relinquish our responsibility for how others feel. And it's the same for the external, what Spirit was saying here. Like, there might be things going on in the external, but we have to set these energetic boundaries in order to protect our own energy so we can stay on this path of abundance. And I think that we are, but it is sometimes hard when big events happen or big things happen, even maybe in a friend's life or a family member's life, not to be sucked in emotionally, or be on the phone talking about it, or ranting with somebody at work about something political going on. It's easy to get sucked into that. But what Spirit's asking you to do here is really protect your own energy. And what we just pulled, I'm allowed to pause. Nothing sacred will rush me. And I feel like there is this sense of pause and peace and reflection and intentional pause to kind of hit the reset button. So when as this new beginning is coming forward, you're able to ground yourself emotionally to usher it in and leave behind those stressful past worries that weren't your worries to begin with. You kind of take it on when you're a sensitive person. You can't help it, but you can, because you learn to grow and expand your consciousness to know to protect yourself and to set healthy boundaries in all areas of your life, even with your own mind. So, it's interesting, like we all have our own ways of meditating. And what does that look like for you? For me, it's doing a puzzle and listening to an audiobook, because I can zone in on the puzzle and then I can fixate my mind in on what the story is, and I'm not thinking about anything on the external. But you really have to be able to get to that point. Some people can't focus in that way. And so sometimes going on a walk in nature could be what put you in that space where you can detach from all those external things. Whatever it is for you, think about it. Maybe it's going on a jog, going to the gym. Like if you can't sit and quietly meditate, you can do it in different ways. Sometimes even certain hobbies, like maybe you're a woodworker or you do some sort of craft. While you're doing that, it's very easy to go into this meditative state. It truly is. So that's why when we are busy and always rushing around and we cut all these important hobbies and self-care time out of our life, we don't realize how much we're draining ourselves. And the only thing that really matters is not that paycheck that you're hustling for. It's your energy that you carry in a moment-to-moment basis. It's the energy that you intentionally bring in every single given moment. It's the intention that you have. And if you're just off and rushing, you don't have that intention. It's just, it's chaos. It's survival. And this new frequency that you're stepping into is not about that life at all. So we really have to focus more inward in what we're creating rather than what's falling apart on the external, that we really have very little power over. And it needs to happen so a new, healthier system can be ushered in. So what we have here is the elephant spirit, strength and wisdom. By utilizing your exceptional memory, you can steadily solve your life and social structure. And that's the creation of the new earth and the new timeline that you're bringing in. And that's a beautiful thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's see here. Retreat. Exactly. Retreat. Right now is the time to take care of yourself so you're in the energetic receiving space you need to be in order for this new timeline to come online. So in a nutshell, to bring this full circle, Spirit wants you to know, relax, get out of your own head. Find something that's more meditative so you can come from a grounded space when Spirit starts bringing in this new abundance and period of prosperity that's coming because you've done this work. But sometimes we get distracted by the outside world. And can we be conscious of that when it's happening and choose to respond in a different way and say, hey, this thought process and this looping in my mind, thinking about something that I can't control is not in service of my highest good. It's not filling my cup. It's actually depleting it. And I choose to show up differently now. I choose to be in a higher frequency that's filling my own cup. So I'm in this space of receiving, and Spirit can really co-create with me and bring this new timeline in a more smooth, flowing, beautiful, co-creative way. So yeah, guys, this looks amazing. It looks amazing and just steady and really allow yourself to pause and retreat so you can bring in this beautiful energy that you absolutely deserve, that you absolutely have earned through your ascension and your bravery and courage to really look into the darkness and bring forward this light and energy. So don't forget to focus on yourself and stop looking at the world crumbling around you, okay? All right, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one.